Raise it back a little more. Okay, I want to push this back a little. Hello, if anybody is out there, I am still loading my YouTube. So I can't really see what you're doing. And of course my computer's being slow because I needed to do something right now. Okay, let's see what we've got going on. Okay, here I am. Let's see if we can and turn off that. All right, I think that I am almost ready. Come on. Seriously. Oh boy. Hi, Curly and Christy and Deb. How are you guys today? Absolutely, Christy. You can live vicariously through us. That's not a problem. How is everybody doing today? Deb, you're going to hook up your camera? Are you going to do some lives? That would be exciting. Okay, so I'm going to be doing journaling by 5's. My computer is not quite behaving the way I want it to. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So, hi, Bima. You're actually going to watch this live from the other room. Ooh. Okay. All right. So is everybody familiar with, oh, yes, assign mods. I totally forgot to do that. Let's see. I can figure this out. Add as a moderator. And yes.
Hey, honey.
What?
Two things.
To add moderators.
Two things. One. Okay, everybody, hold on for a second. I'm going to make you dizzy.
I couldn't get it to hook onto the other part. Oh, okay, be that way. You still have to pin this up because it drags it down.
Yep. I may have to get a bigger clamp. That's good now. I'll get you a bigger clamp. So now you're right side up.
Whoa, chair. Now the chair. You push the chair. Now we're crooked. Okay.
Okay, it's crooked. I'm going to get you a bigger clamp.
Okay.
Stay straight. Okay. And the other thing?
What?
Hey, honey. Curly, right?
I just did it. I did you, Curly, and...
You got it? Okay.
And Witchy said she would leave one, but she's not here yet.
Okay, I'll be right back with a bigger clamp.
All right, guys, bear with me. I'm trying to get this all worked out. Sorry.
All right, honey. I got you.
you should be, the next time you type, you should also be a moderator.
Okay. So now we just need to hold the chair while you.
If I could probably just turn the
Can you turn the desk?
a little bit.
There you go. Now you're right side up.
Oh, was I upside down? Is that the problem?
Yes. Yes, you're upside down.
Okay, so let's see if we can make me straight. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're straight. Mostly under the camera. You're not naked now. You're wearing your blue dress. There, and Bima's a moderator, so thank you, ladies. All right. Okay, so is anybody not familiar with what journaling by 5's is? Because if you all are, then we can just get started with what we're doing. And Curly's like, I know what it is. All right, so let me grab my tablet so I can set up a timer. So we've got 15 minutes to work on each. There's 5 steps. We're doing steps 1 through 3 today. And let me see if I can get a timer set up on here. And I just want 0 hours and 15 minutes. Not 14, not 16, come on. Okay, so I've got a timer set up on my tablet, which I'll put next to me. And so the 5 steps are, or the 3 steps we're doing today. Step 1 is paint or ink. Step 2 is collage / recycled, which are your texture items. Step 3 is stamps and stencils, which is your pattern. On Wednesday, I'll be doing steps 4 and 5, which 4 is focal images or words. And step 5 is doodling with pens, pencils, markers, that sort of thing. And that's your detail portion of the junk journal or of the art journal that we're trying to make. So like I said, a lot of people use composition books, and I decided not to use a composition book for the first one because of my restricted space. I wanted to make it easy to set the pages aside. So I showed the book signatures. This is them cut down in half. And I just have both sides because when I'm done with this first batch, I'll flip it over and I'll do it a second time. So the following, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, once we've finished the first round, I'll be doing a second round on the back. So I'll be getting a few sessions out of this concept. I have enough of these pages to do this 4 times. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So the first step is doing the paint. And you could see the colors I chose. I chose parrot blue, pale daffodil, and Concord grape are the colors I chose. Most people don't use a brush for this part. They either use a credit card or a brayer, and I'm going to use this gift card that I have to start out. So I guess that's what I'm going to do now. Let me start my timer. Starting the timer right now. There it is. So you all know I'm totally keeping the timer on here. And away we go. Hi, Robin. How are you today? I will do my best to keep up with the chat, but I'm not making any promises because I have 15 minutes to put paint on all of this. Oops, okay. We'll see how it goes. And the idea isn't really to cover the whole page. It's just to get a little bit of color down on each one. And then you're supposed to quickly just move on to the next one. And I'm not very good at talking and arting at the same time, so hopefully you guys will talk a little bit amongst yourselves. And I will do my best to look up every now and then and see what y'all are talking about. Is anybody doing this along with us? Or are you all just living vicariously through me as Christy was? Hi, Nikki. Thank you for the show of support, Robin. I appreciate it. So maybe we'll just do blue and yellow on this one. And we'll do a little blue and purple on this one. Hi, Janie. How are you today? So I'm down to 12, just under 12 minutes. And I have some black off to the side here. Maybe I'll try a little bit of that too. Just see what happens. Okay. I am doing good, Robin. I've been dyeing paper and mostly dyeing paper. I did finish some journals. Put a little more blue on that. You like the black and blue? I don't want all the pages to look exactly the same, so I'll have to throw in a little bit of extra stuff. I have paint all over my hands and my head itches. Isn't that the way it goes? So we are down to just about 10 minutes. And I'm not sure how many pages I have left. Probably most of them. The time does go fast when you're doing this. I'll throw a little yellow on there, maybe. See what happens. There will definitely be some table washing when this is over. Okay. Good grief. Yeah, I have 15 minutes to paint the front of 20 journal pages, which works out to 40 seconds per page. And I still have a pretty good chunk of pages here, and we are at 8 minutes. Now, if the time, if I get all 20 pages done, I can go back and look at them and maybe add some paint where I need to. But you got to get through all of your pages first, because you don't want to, take your a lot of time on like the first 10 and then the last 3 don't have anything on them. That'd be a little awkward. But like I said, the idea isn't to get the whole page covered. It's just to get some color in the background. And because of the pages I chose, even with the gesso, there's a little stuff bleeding through. So these were from kind of a digital art book. People who make digital art, it was like a huge chunky book of that. And so some of these pages have pictures in the background of the digital art, and it bleeds through. So that adds a little bit, another element to it. Whereas if I had just used the collage papers, I just have a pure blank white canvas. But if any of you guys have done this before or watched some of the videos that are out there on it, it's hard to get all of the pages covered in the amount of time you are given. We are down to just over 6 minutes. And if I were using a composition book, the pages would actually be a little bit bigger. What did I overthink? Why do you say I overthought it, Bima? You don't like my papers? Thanks, Janie. It's kind of a hot mess. That's curly. Yeah, I guess that is the point of this stage, just not to, it's supposed to make you not overthink the process as you're going, because you only have a limited amount of time. I'm down to 4 minutes, and I think I have 4 pages left. Okay. Oops. I have brought a towel over here, but I don't know what I did with it. Ah. Try and wipe some of this paint off this card. Okay. Do one all blue. Okay. I've got 2 left, so I'll wipe the card off on one of them. And then I'll do one all blue. Still getting them because the paper all of that I'm working on is all around. Still has wet paint on it. I maybe should have brought a second one in here just in case. Okay, there's one all blue, mostly all blue. How's that? Okay. So I'll just throw some purple on this one and see what happens with it. Ah, I have 1 minute and 45 seconds left. I conquered it. Okay. Hi, JD. Did anybody say anything important? Oh, you're bringing me things.
I'll take the wet one to dry. We'll hang it up.
Thank you, nice lady. All right, so I'll pull the pages back over here. And we'll take a quick spin through them, and I'll make sure they're dry enough to work with. I did bring a heat gun in with me. You're allowed to take time in between the steps to like make sure your stuff is dry, you know, clean up your mess a little bit. Yes, that's Vima. I'm hiding in my room because I'm not comfortable filming in front of other people yet. I know I stare at Vima all the time like she's the best thing on TV while she's working. But I haven't got to the point where I feel comfortable in the other room doing it with people staring at me. How hypocritical is that? But I suppose I will get over myself eventually. Okay, so oh, there it is. See, there's my time officially up. So we'll dismiss that. And it's set up to start again when I'm ready for the next step. I figure this will take total, I hope, we're at 2:23, no more than an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to mute my mic real quick and dry these up real quick, but you should be able to see the pages as I kind of do a quick dry of them. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'll be right back.
No.
Okay, now that you all have been waiting.
You're being curly right now. Are you good?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm okay.
Need anything? Water?
No,
You're good? Okay.
I'm good. Thank you. How's that for? Sorry I knocked you guys over. I just told Beema it's a good thing I was wearing my clothes. Y'all got a good boob shot there. Yes, grinning ferret is JD. Curly boobies. Okay, so there's my stack of papers. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So I guess now you're all just looking at the rug on my desk. And the camera is pointed weird. All right, I'm trying to fix it. Okay. Yeah, I guess when it hit my boob, it moved. Okay, so let's see. There. So you step away once and you miss everything. Well, you know what's great about that? It's alive. You can always just scroll back a little bit. So those are my pages that I've got. You know, they're not perfectly 100% dry, but we're going to move on. The next step is not having black paint all over your place. Okay. Next step is collage or recycled items. So I spent last night and I got myself a little envelope of goodies that I can glue down. Beema was nice enough to let me paw through her things and let me use some stuff for this part. So I got some napkins. I mostly have just paper items for this. In the second time around, I'll use some different stuff. Some washi tape. I got a little bit of map here. But in the second round, I'll add some different items, so things you might normally put on for texture, maybe a few die cuts. This time, I just picked a bunch of paper and napkins. So we'll be doing a little decoupaging. I have a little bit of book page there. So I just have scraps, and I'm going to pile those next to me, and I'm literally what you're supposed to do is, so again, 15 minutes. No, Nikki, it's 5 steps. It's 15 minutes per step. So you set a timer and you have your 20 pages. And as you saw with the paint, if you were in, you have 40 seconds per page to get the items down, so you can't spend a lot of time. And one thing I did realize in the videos I watched, it's not probably a good idea to put anything in the middle or wherever you think you might want your focal image on this. So I'm going to stick kind of to the edges with this step, I guess, and see how that works out, because we still have step 3 to do today. So are we ready? Hey, Laura, how are you? Oh, yes, and it's Painty Plague Fingers. I'm getting ready to start another batch after I get offline today. My second batch of aquamarine for January release. January's papers will be released on the 3rd of the month instead of the 1st. I'm running just a tad behind schedule, but I will get it out there by the 3rd. And I have started the timer so that we can keep me honest. There it is for you. I am 100%. We're already a few seconds in, and go. So I've got my Mod Podge here, which is what I'm going to use, and I have glue stick on backup, and I've got a foam brush. Wish me luck, ladies. This will be easier once my brush is actually saturated with Mod Podge. Mod Podge. I know everybody has their favorite medium, and there's somebody out there cringing going, oh no, she's using the Mod Podge. But I actually like Mod Podge, so. I know a lot of people don't like the way it smells. I know some people do this and they go through and they just put one thing on each page and then they try and go back. I'm going to shoot for at least 2 items on a page. And I expect by the end of this, I will be surrounded by tiny scraps of paper. And I will probably have pulled the camera down on me again because that appears to be how I roll. Let's put something down here. I don't know what yet, but it'll be something. A bit further over. Okay. Hi, Linda. Oh, it's nobody's fault. Holidays happen. We got to work with that stuff. Family is more important than paper, even though I loves me some paper. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's more than one. We'll kind of split that up. Curly, I thought of you when I saw this in the box, but also I loved it, so I thought I better eat some of that. We are down to 11 minutes. I'm going to have to step up my game here. Probably no tissues. Use a little bit more of this. I am going to have to get up and turn that fan off. Now it's blowing all my paper everywhere. Oh my God, are you going to get up and come in here every time I say this?
If it makes you do more live streams, yes.
Are you worried I'm going to do this one and quit? Be like, that's it, I've had enough.
Took me forever to get you to do this one.
Oh my gosh. She just called me out, people. Did you see that? Or hear it, rather? Totally called me out. I don't think there's any under there. I have some other stuff. Oh, here. That's fun. We'll try that. That one. Okay. I wonder if I can double this up like the other one. We're down to 9 minutes. freaking out a little bit. Should do some on this side instead of everything on the one side. I am a creature of habit, I'll admit that. There we go. I know flowers. What was I thinking? But I like flowers every now and then. Oh, here's some stuff. Ah, now it's stuck to me. All right. Oh, anything on the top. Hello. Nope, I got too much. I'll put another little spot over there since I put so much glue on it. Okay. I've run out of things to say. And I'm freaking out a little bit because I've got 6 minutes left. There went my notebook. It just craft-a-lance right over there in the corner. Okay. Oh, not all of them. Okay. I'm going to people tonight. Oh, no. I don't know where I'm peopling at, but I must be doing it if Bima says so. It must be true. Okay. Oops, wrong side. I almost glued it down upside down. We're down to 4 minutes. Is anybody else freaking out or just me? I guess I should get something with a little color on it in there. Ooh, here's a tiny piece of something. Tiny piece of something. It's a napkin. Okay. And I'm just going to use more of this because it's sitting right here. I think this will be the most used thing I have on here because it was easy to get to. Okey dokey. Let's use some more of this. Down to 3 minutes. Oops. Well, I guess, well, something happened in the other room. It's backwards, but I don't care. We're going to say I meant to do that and move on. Get some more fishies if I can get them off the napkin. Note to self, next time cut these up into smaller pieces so it goes quicker. Now I see why some people did some of the things they did. It makes more sense that way. So, lesson learned. Ooh, pretty napkin. Down to 1 minute and 37 seconds. I don't think that I'm going to get all of these done. Oops. Two more. Let's see what we can get on here. Don't judge me. Okay, I have 47 seconds. I did get something on every page. Oh my God. That was very anxious making. Let's see if I can rip some of this off. Put it over here. Okay, it's over. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dismiss that one. It's set up for the next one. And now I have paper and glue everywhere. Oh, and I missed some of the fun stuff that was on the bottom. Okay, definitely next time put it in a little basket and tear it up smaller. I have learned a thing. Uh-oh, and I pushed a button. I don't know what happened. Okay. I don't want to type there. Go away. Okay. Oh, gosh. Harry's over there. Like, where's the camera? Come on, go away. Oh, my gosh. Stop it. My computer. I brushed a button when I... Okay, there's a bunch of paper under my desk. These are definitely going to have to be dried because there's glue everywhere. Okay, so give me a couple minutes to rinse off my brush. I don't know what's happening over here. JD, you can't type? Okay, let me just rinse my brush off. I have glue everywhere. I know foam brushes aren't that expensive, but you know me and my tiny budget. Okay, where'd my, now I've lost my, oh, there it is. You'd think in such a small space I could find everything I was looking for, wouldn't you? Okay. All right, so you know what's coming. I'm going to have to turn off my mic while I dry some of it because some of them are a little bit stuck to each other, which is okay because that adds to the texture, right? So keep yourselves entertained for a moment. I'm going to turn the mic off. Bima, you left Harry in here and he looks very pissed about it. He's just looking at the door like, what is going on? I did, barely. There's one page that has a thing on it. There's a couple pages that only have one thing on it, but I did get something on every page. Yeah, if you guys are going along, I would love it if you would post it in Bima's Crafty Corner. I will try and get a link up in the chatty box before the video is over. I think that would be great. So, and thank you for waiting while I dried stuff. Next time I'll have it torn into smaller pieces and I'll use a little bit less glue. Lesson learned. Okay, so let me put the lid on the glue before I knock that over and we have a whole other problem. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Bima. I don't feel like I'm doing an awesome job. I feel like a total spaz. Thank you guys. You are so nice. So now that I've dumped my notebook on the floor, third step is stencils and stamps. And I'm going to put this one off to the side because it's got the most glue on it. It was the offending one that was sticking to everything else. If you could only see the mess all around me. So once again, Bima let me paw through her goodies. And I got some stamps and some stencils. And then I will use the side of this paper as my paint palette. Wish me luck. Hi, Laura. Is Laura in here? I missed it. Oh, there she is. She had to make sausage balls. Well, that's certainly a good thing. I would miss me too for sausage balls. I got her wrenched. She just has to type again. All right. So we're not going to start with that one because it's wet. Hey, Laura. Thank you for coming. I would have stood me up for sausage balls too. Okay, so this is the stencils I picked out, and I should take these out of the envelope before I even try and get started here. And I brought in a tub of water because Bima likes to keep all her stuff spick and span. And I am a messy crafter, so I thought, well, I can't wash it right away, so I will throw it into a tub of water until I can get to it. And that way, there won't be the death of the Amy for getting all of her stuff dirty and not cleaning it up. Since she was nice enough to loan it to me. Okay. If you were the edge of the, there it is. It's not a, I'm very messy, and I wouldn't, if I were a neat person, I wouldn't want a messy person touching my stuff either. So she has been very generous to let me touch her stuff. So I need to put a little black and white paint over here. For the most part, I saw that people were using black and white paint or ink to do this. Since you had color all over the place and you wouldn't be sure how your paint smooches turned out, most people went with black and white as their colors for the stenciling and the stamping. Laura, you got over that nonsense. I think Els is a A-type for life. Pretty sure that's how it's going to roll. So we're going to start with this one, and I've got my timer. Let's see. So here we are. I'm starting my timer. We're going to go for the 15 minutes. And there it is, so you guys know that I'm being honest and true. And my live keeps not being live for me. You don't only get, you get whatever you choose, Laura. I just noticed that most people use black and white for the contrast. Like this one's mostly dark, so I'll use white on it. And we'll just see what happens here. That's a little too much paint, but live and learn. And then I guess you can't, as always, spend too much time on any one piece. So we'll move on from that. And then where's my towel so I can at least wipe stuff off as I go before I throw it all in the tub. So I'm just going to go for like one overall thing. And then if I get to the end and I have some time, I'll start pulling some and adding some additional stuff to it. Because I felt very stressed out at the end of the last little bit there. Oh my gosh, there's 19 people in here. I didn't need to know that. I don't know why I looked at it. Why would you look at that, Amy? All right, let's see what we can get going on over here. I haven't worked with stencils in so long. I'm like stencil retarded over here. A little bit. So don't know. And I've already picked out my focal images for Saturday. I just need to do a little more trimming and they'll be ready to go. So Saturday will be the focal image and the doodling part. And I will admit the doodling part will actually be the hardest part for me. Because sure, everybody doodles, but you know, you look at the ladies doing some of these videos and they're like, I'll just doodle over here. And all of a sudden it's like, woohoo. So that is the part I feel the least confident about, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh, now I'm looking in the wrong place. We did have some uh-ohs where the glue stuck, so hopefully the focal image will ultimately color that, but I'll just do that. Okay, we're going to go back to some white. What do I do with the white paint? Why would you put the white paint away, silly? Where are we sitting at? We're down to 11 minutes. I don't feel too bad about that. And hopefully I'll get a chance to go back over this a little bit. And switch over. We'll do black here. Okay. And then we'll wipe that because we don't want to get it on the sponge. Okay, maybe a little bit right there. All right. Why, Bima? You do everything well. What, Laura, you were going to leave me because I suck at stenciling? I missed whatever you said up higher, but I hope you won't leave. It's fun having you here. Somebody's yelling about something. Okay. Not very much stenciling on that one, but you know, that poor one, lonely, the one that we get to that has a,
In the house.
who?
Shazzy.
Oh, hi, Shazzy. She's yelling nice. Shazzy! Sorry I missed you, girl. In just a second, I'm going to look at how much time I have left and totally freak myself out. All right. These are all Bima's. I did not bring any stencils with me. So I have to thank Bima for letting me go through her things and touch all her papers and even let me steal some into my room to do this with. Because, you know, as we talked about, she's a neat crafter and I'm a messy crafter. And you don't always want to let a messy crafter loose in your craft room if you are a neat crafter. And even two messy crafters might get on each other's nerves after a little while. Can you imagine? We'd never be able to find anything. It's probably good that one of us is messy and one of us is neat. Okay, we are down to 8 minutes. I don't think I'm quite halfway through the pile, but that's about halfway, you know, a little bit longer and it will be. Let's use this one again. I need more white paint. Here we go. How's the weather in your guys' neck of the woods? It's been cold for here. After living in the desert for so long, it's colder here generally than it is in Phoenix because it's a higher elevation. And I am a big cold weenie right now. I get so cold. I'm always looking for a sweater. Curly, you're messy. You need somebody neat to come visit you. I'm naturally messy, but you know, living here, I gotta be neat because I want to drive people crazy. Ooh, this is fun. I like it. Okay. A little more black. Okay. And some white. Cooperate with me. Okay, not enough, too much. Yeah. I see how you are, white paint. So I should have stamped that one off a little bit more. That may be strategic placement of something. Okay. Okay. 5 minutes. We're totally at the 5-minute mark. Maybe we should have gone with black on that one. That paint's a little thick. Okay. Just top this one off that. Okay. We'll keep your fingers crossed, Witchy, or our fingers crossed. What do I want to do now? I haven't used this thing yet. Oh, I did use it a little bit earlier. I think I need black for this, though. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, that's kind of fun. Now we'll just put it everywhere. Okay. Okay. Next. I think this one we're going to need white for. We'll use the white on the other end of this. We are down to just under 4 minutes. Thanks, Nikki. I feel like a spazzy idiot. I'm like, trying to get everything. But you know what? In all the video I've seen, I think everybody kind of feels this way. Unless you've been doing it a long time, I guess then you might know that it's all going to come together in the end. But right now, I'm like, this is terrible. Will I even get to all of them? And I guess that's what the free play session is all about. You can go back and kind of correct some of your mistakes then. They actually only have a tiny small pile, so I may be able to go back and see if I want to do anything over again. Or if I just like what I've done and I leave it. But 249, so we're getting there, and I think I have maybe 3 or 4 of these left, so I think I might maybe make it. Okay, so Sandra, I'm doing journaling by 5's, and it's 5 prompts. Each prompt gets 15 minutes. So the first prompt was paint and ink. So it's 20 pages. You're supposed to work in a 20-page quote-unquote journal. Now, I did choose to use loose pages because of the space that I am working in. I don't have a lot of room to work in. So I didn't want to futz around with parchment paper in between all the pages and all of that. I wanted to just be able to lay them aside. So normally people do this, or what I've seen most people work in. I won't say everybody has. I did see one lady doing loose pages too. In one of those composition books, and they glue 5 of the pages together. And then, I haven't done circles in a while. Let's do some circles. And then you have a super thick page to work with because, you know, the pages in those composition books are pretty thin. And so if you use a 100-page composition book, you wind up with 5 really thick pages when you glue the pages together. So you're supposed to do all 20 pages in 15 minutes with your paint and your ink. And the second step was collage or texture. And then this third step is stamps and stencils. I almost just threw the stencil over the computer and kept the paper on here. Fabulous. But the idea is, you know, for people who maybe aren't familiar with mixed media or have trouble breaking a page, that it forces you to just do whatever the step is and not think real hard about it. You can't spend, you know, 10 minutes deciding if I want to put this piece of napkin here or this part of book page, or what do I even start with? You just have to go because you get 40 seconds per page. And, you know, that's a make or break moment right there. You just have to go. And so you don't get to think about it. And then you wind up at the end of all 5 steps. If you did it all in a row, haha, I have done every page and I have 6 seconds left. Woo! Okay, let me throw all these into the water so that, okay, I didn't get to the stamps, but that's okay. Oh, I did miss one. Phooey, I forgot about this one. So I will just lay that upside down in the excess paint. And we'll go with whatever happens right there. There. Okay, well, that's what happened. Let me float these in this water over here. And then we can chat just a tiny bit before I go offline, because that is the 3 steps I'm doing today. The remaining 2 steps will be done on Wednesday at 11 a.m. my time. That is 2 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm not going to bore you with the drawing, but I will see if I can pull some of these over here and see what we can look at. That one's still really wet because I globbed all the paint on there. Let me just stand up for a minute. I need to push those stencils down in there because they're just floating on top, as stencils are inclined to do. I'm covered in bits of paper and cords and paint. Okay. Whoa. Now there's stuff stuck to my foot. All right. Get in there. You guys just get down in there and get wet. Do your thing. Don't dry out and get me in trouble. Okay. So, hi, Sharon. So, what I saw most people do with the gluing step is they would take, I didn't have my stuff in small enough pieces. So I was tearing as I went, and I barely finished. And that was the most stressful part because it's with the paint, you can swipe and swipe and swipe, and you can take the extra and swipe on another one. And I was doing 2 at a time. But with the gluing, it was a little bit harder. So my recommendation, if you're doing this in the future, or if you're going to catch up and do it with us on Wednesday, put your whatever you're collaging as your background into much smaller pieces, so you can just grab pieces and put them down. Next time I will tear them smaller and put them into a basket or a box and just grab out whatever's in there and go with that, because that would have gone much faster than what I was trying to do, because I was trying to choose, and that was a mistake. So, yeah, so it's, they say 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's 5 steps, 15 minutes, 5 steps, 10 prompts, 2 per step, 15 minutes per page, and 20 pages total. It works out to 40 pages or 40 seconds per page to get it done. So you can see I've got all my papers here, and I did cheat a little bit by smushing that last one. I'll trim these up before next time, and they'll be all dry and everything. But although stressful because I didn't think that second step through, it was fun. And I hope, did anybody go along? I'm not going to sew the book together at the end. What I'm going to do is ring binder it together. So you only do one side, so you can see, obviously there was some transfer because my page was messy. But what I'll do is I'm going to do another round. I'm actually going to do this 4 times total. So it's going to be, a couple months before I'm done doing this. I'll do on Saturdays and Wednesdays every week until I have enough of these made up to do 2 journals and hit both sides. So that's 4 sessions of all 5 steps. But I'm breaking the sessions up into 2 days because I felt like trying to do all 5 steps in one day would be too long. We've already been on for 1 hour and 19 minutes. And I feel like, thank you so much for my mods. Thank you for agreeing to be mods, because it was your job to tap dance for the masses. Because I couldn't hardly look at it, especially for the gluing step. So I know why some people just do videos for this, but I thought it would be a fun way to challenge myself. I got out of the habit of mixed media and arting all together during the move and the sales and everything. So I had a lot of fun with this. You like the shiny stuff? Not sure what's on. There's a couple of things that are shiny. I like the black and white ones the best. I like this paper a lot. It's decoupage paper, I think Bima said, and I really like the way that it turns out. And then you love them. I think they're hideous, but they'll probably grow on me. When I've done a mixed media on Wednesdays or Thursdays with Bima and Stacy on Pink Poodles a couple of times. And at the end, I'm always like, I hate this. Then a couple of days later, I'm like, I kind of like it. It grows on you after a while. So does anybody have any questions? Did anybody actually play along with me, or was it just me? Thank you, Shazzy. And for everyone who I saw throughout that people were saying thumbs up, and you all were very supportive while I was going all over the place. Nope, just me. Okay. Well, if anybody wants to watch after or watch another video or just do the prompts on your own and you want to pick it up on Wednesday, but definitely, let me grab the link for Bima's Crafty Corner real quick. That way you guys can come in and join the group if you're not already. I would love to see you guys share some pictures of what you did. If you decided to do this either with us or afterwards, or you did it before, I'd love to see some. Oh, sure, put it up there just as I put it up. But if you are so inclined, I would love to see pictures if you're doing it. That would be awesome. Bima, do you need anything for people to know? I'm going to be posting a short video link thanks to Bima. There's going to be a Roaring 20s crafty thing going on New Year's Eve. I am not sure what time, but I will be participating, and I know Bima is, and Laura, and Robin, and I think Curly's in it. You should be doing this with your jelly. Yes, you could definitely do it. A jelly prints would be awesome as the background for this. And I think you could keep to your 40 seconds per page because you don't have to clean the jelly plate or worry about too much transfer. That's an awesome way to get your paint on. So there's Shazzy, Janie. There's quite a few people participating. They're going to do a craft that's Roaring 20s related. Everybody's choosing their own thing. I think Laura is doing a mixed media canvas, and I'm going to maybe do some ATCs or some journal cards. And so it'll be a fun mix of things that people are doing. We hope that you'll come by. It's going to be a hop, so there'll be all kinds of channels. And then I think at the end, it's supposed to be like a big party on one channel, probably Bima's or Laura's. Good night, Nikki. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate it. And if nobody else has anything to add for things coming up or things we should look at, I will sign off. I'll give it a few seconds here to see if anybody's got anything else going on. Look what? Oops, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Okay, good night, everybody, or good afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is for you. It's the middle of the afternoon here in Vegas. I will see you all on Wednesday at 11 a.m. if you choose to come back, if you are able. I hope that some people will come and craft with me then, too. I had a great time with you guys. You are all awesome and so supportive. Thank you. Bye.